Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play the Guild of Dungeoneering. When last we left off, I was kind of expecting you to interrupt me there, Guild Pirate. Are you okay? You're right by the fire. It's too cold up that mountain, matey. There be no pieces of eight or swashbuckling up there without some heavy layers of clothing. Yar. You know, I did offer you a nice warm coat and a hat. Had not be the pirating way, matey. You've got to wear the pirate regalia, regardless of where you are. Come wind or rain, snow or hail, you must be a pirate at all times. It be in the Pirate Code, page 78, Article 7, subsection 5. I'm pretty sure that's concerning the distribution of cheese on alternate Wednesdays. That's very important too, but those ice pirates must really be acclimatized to that cold mountain. Look, I'm not sure there are any ice pirates. I saw a walrus up there, okay? If I could see a walrus, there might be pirates. Okay, I give you that. The walrus bit was a bit peculiar. Why don't you just go and deal with those brainiacs? I'll join you in a little bit once I've warmed up by the fire. Yar! And so, let us go and deal with those brainiacs. In fact, we'll go deal with those brainiacs using Elite, the Ice Cream Monk. Let's go! Dungeoneers always start at level 1 with no equipment on each new dungeon run, because we kind of sell it all. Alright. Puny humans! We will put a stop to this frozen menace and free the world from the wretchedness of ice cream! That's not good. We need that ice cream. Okay, sharp wit attacks in 12 to... Whoa! That's a lot of stuff. Has an ice cream headache. -2 health. We need to deal with that enemy in time, or else he'll end up with 9 health. Also, that's a lot of cards. That's a lot of cards. We could head immediately over and start dealing with collecting equipment. The sooner we deal with this opponent, the more likely... Next spawn in 1 turn. Oh, it's spawning enemies. That's not good. We need to go over here very quickly then and get this treasure chest. Alright, this would go great with our new flavor. Would it really? You making brain-flavored ice cream? Way of the Scoop. Physical attacks gain +1 if both hand slots are empty. That is interesting. And we are back. Apologies for the sudden interruption there. Let us resume this fight against a brain. We could either keep or discard the top card of our deck and block 1. This seems like a good plan. Let's do that, shall we? There we go. Excellent. Do we want to keep or discard? I think we want to keep this card. There we go. What else do we have here? We could just deal some damage here, including some bonus damage. There we go. That's pretty good there. A lot of damage, in fact. So much damage that we could completely and totally pulverize this brain. And now we want some items. Some really good items. That's a pretty good item. That's a pretty good item. That is also a pretty good item. But we want to have the sash here. There we go. Not bad. And we also get 1 favor. And there is a brain. Once we stop the ice cream, we will be free from these loathsome headaches. Indeed, you will be. But right now, we want to, I will melt this frosty abomination with the power of my lobes. I'd rather you didn't. Right now, we're going to go over here and dare to fight a Poindexter. We really need this chest of loot. I'm gonna scoop you up. Indeed, you will try. Poindexters are rather difficult, but fortunately we have the way of the scoop. Also, you're gonna heal regardless, so we want to block some damage here. There we go. Excellent. Do we want to keep or discard this? We want to keep it. I like the fact that it gives you the option to discard it. It means potentially that you could deal with cards you don't want. Like, you could get a card that you don't like and then just discard it, like a stupidity card. We could block all here and self-discard. That's quite a good idea. There we go. Choose a card to discard. Like the scoop card here. We don't need it, so we'll get rid of it. There we go. Let's pulverize with 2 scoops of power. Kapow. And finally, we could... confusion. We could pretty much take care of this if the confusion mechanic works as I think it does. There we go. This should be the card that we need, and indeed it is. Excellent. Now we are level 3. We could equip that, but then we lose the +1 physical damage. We could equip this. I think it's time to lose the way of the scoop now. It's a good thing, but right now we need some items. Also, that enemy most certainly is... We have long since evolved beyond the need for asses, but that won't stop me from kicking yours. That's fair enough. We're going to go over here, and we're going to go fight another Poindexter. And then we're going to use this to head over in this direction. And then we're going to end our turn. For we're going to get some pretty awesome loot from doing this. If we get rid of the Way of the Scoop ability, we most certainly want to get something to replace it. Also, we don't really have a good play here, so instead we're just going to use the Shift card and draw ourselves another card. Seems like a good plan. The enemy seems quite intent on defeating itself. Also, here is a good time for the Interrupt card. That block is certainly going to come in handy, and we drew a card. However, we could keep or discard our next card, which is exactly what we're going to do. It's a pretty good card, that. Do we want to keep this? We certainly want to keep that. That is a fantastic card. Right. Nothing really to do here except to deal a lot of damage, so we'll do that. In fact, that will put the enemy at 1 health. Can we deal 1 health of damage? Yes. Yes, we can. Aha! Victory is ours! We shall scoop forth many more victories. Now, what do we want? Do we want a cooking pot on our head? We do want a cooking pot on our head. It's better than nothing. There we go. What else do we get? That is quite good there. That's really good, actually. That, I think, however, is a fair bit... Ooh, then again. Rekindle and Interrupt are quite good. That gives us a lot of really good cards. But again, we lose a pretty good card in return. We lose a lot of good cards in return. I actually think we want the Popsicle. We lose Swift 2, but we gain all the abilities of the Popsicle. Also, there's another brain, and they're both out to get us. Gah, I can feel the ice cream from here. It is beginning to melt. Aha! We've got to move quickly then. First thing we need to do is deal with this walrus. And then we need to start heading up to deal with Sharp Wit here. The faster we move, the more likely we are to get him when he's at a weak amount of health. There we go. We want ideally to be at level 4 when we face him. Aha! Face the power of my ice cream! Right now we want to use Focus, draw a card, heal up, get some more magic damage for next turn. Next turn, when we absolutely obliterate this opponent. Excellent! I wanted you to discard that one in particular, because that one was a really good card for me to see the back of. Okay, next. We just want some nasty damage. Odd that we're using fire attacks when we have ice cream, but I suppose it works. And finally, a scoop to finish off our foes. Excellent. What do we have here? A weapon. Aha! We also have this. We definitely want the weapon. The weapon looks fantastic. There we are. I think they're out for blood. I think they are. What we need to do now is we need to put a difficult enemy somewhere. Ooh, a spider brain. We definitely want to fight a spider brain. Unfortunately, we're going to head towards that loot. We could put an elk there, I suppose. And the spider brain will also, I was about to say it would stop us from doing stuff, but no, the spider brain will wander right into where we are. We could deal with a brain child right now, though. Do we want this card? Yes, we do. That's a good card. Let's keep it. We want to deal some damage right now. I suppose Rekindle is as good a card as any. Deal some damage, get some health. Bash is a wonderful card here, though. We do want to get to the Sharp Wit before, do we want to discard? We do, because we want to discard that Stupidity card. Oh no, not this card! That card was so useful! Oh wait, no it wasn't. I could have actually finished the fight right there, but I chose not to. Instead, I shall finish it here. Excellent. Let's see what we get, shall we? A scarf? Soldier's helmet. We lose a lot by unequipping that. Let's just get some gold, shall we? And we'll put it over there. Uh-oh. Here comes a serious fight now. Fortunately, the frail ability is going to work to our benefit. We could discard a card here. I don't think we want to, though. Right now, we want to use 2 scoops here and deal 3 points of damage. Excellent. And we want to deal 1 point of damage and negate the Spider Brain's point of damage. There we go. If successful, confused. Well, we know what all the abilities we have here. That's the block, and that's 1 damage. Alright. We can't block, so we might as well use the use the 1 point of damage, which then becomes 2 points of damage. However, we are in some serious trouble now. That is 1 point and minus. Excellent! We have won! Victoriously! We are now level 4. What do we get? Ooh, the heater shield. Yes. Yes, yes, and more yes. We want that weapon. It is effectively a weapon. Leave those brains alone! I don't think we will. I really don't think we will. I think we can get to this enemy in time, but right now we need to go fight some more elks. We should be able to deal with some elks. Nice, but not as nice as ice cream. Oh, ice cream is quite nice. Here we go, 1 elk. We should be able to totally obliterate this elk. Yep, we are pretty well equipped. Admittedly, we're using an anchor instead of a sword, but hey, that's not so bad. We'll use the frozen yoga here to negate that damage, and now we'll move on. 2 scoops here is fine. 1 apiece means 2. If successful, I think we need to use Ignite here. Fair enough, our cards are frozen, but now you're being dealt 1 point of damage every turn. We could discard a card here. In fact, we should discard a card. Which one do we get rid of? I think we get rid of this card, because we could use Shift to win next turn. Yep, there we go. Marvellous. We may have discarded most of our cards, but we've won anyway. That burn damage is fantastic. What can we get? Another heater shield? A mace. The mace just gives us another card. So, we'll equip ourselves with an actual weapon. Aha! Now we need is an actual helmet. What we need to do now is move up, indeed, to go fight that elk. There we go. Just have a taste. A taste of the mace! Aha! Mace-flavored ice cream. Coming soon to your nearest ice mountain. Do we want to discard? We don't have a choice. We're gonna have to. Goodbye. 2 magic damage. We will miss you. Ooh, if successful, you, heal that damage. Well, that just made our, turn there completely pointless. We could discard, but we really don't want to, because we only have so many cards. We need more cards. Or just to deal a lot of damage to this elk. Aha! Have at thee! That's a good way to, get a card. We'll do that now. And now we're back to the amount of cards we had before. Excellent. And now we're going to completely obliterate this elk using Ignite. There we go. Haha. And I think we've won. Flame Lash for the victory. Excellent. What do we want? Scale Mail is quite good. It does give +2 health. Snowballs are not very good at all. The sword is not good. That's actually quite good. +2 health might indeed help. The shift card is useful, but the Flame Lash is probably better. We want that extra amount of armor. We almost look like an actual adventurer. Almost. We just need a good helmet. And now, let's completely and totally obliterate this level 1 enemy. I like the fact that they've added, we'll keep that by the way, that they've added the ability for enemies to spawn, in addition to the ones that you already have out. Yeah, this enemy's not going to make any impact. Definitely not. Ah! We'll make an impact, though, with that Crush card. What do we get? That is not the kind of hat I was looking for. At all. We'll just have some gold. There we go. And we'll put the gold here, thus luring us to this boss. Before the boss is overcome, It's brain freeze. We could put an enemy here. We might put an enemy here. We will put an enemy here. It may be a mistake, and I hope this enemy won't totally kill us, but I think we can deal with the spider brain, especially with all the stuff we have here. The frail effect certainly does help. It helps us deal a lot more damage. Not so good. Do we repel 2, or do we deal 3? I think here we deal 3. That seems far better. It's an equal amount of damage, but the enemy has less health than we do. If successful, confuse. Well, I think now is a good time to earn a stalemate here. There we go. And we'll use the new card. Aha! An excellent card. And now, the brain is on fire. And I think we can pretty much just win, nearly. We know that the right-hand card there is the defensive card, just in case we need it. And in fact, we do need it. There we go! No more spider brain. Excellent. We could have a feathered cap here. It's a pretty good item, but we do lose ignite. And all we do there is we lose +1 health. Yeah, we want to just take some gold here, even though we're not going to use it. Alright, brain. It's time for your wits to face off against my mace. Who's going to win? Not as nice as ice cream. Haha. Gah! I have not finished yet. I guess I'll just have to melt you first. Wow, look at that deck that he has. That is ridiculous. He has a lot of cards, but they're all rubbish. Hopefully we should be able to deal with Sharp Wit here. Yeah, I think we can deal with Sharp Wit here. Flame Lash will be good, just to deal some damage. And indeed, we are now confused. I think we want to deal this card. Aha! You may have healed, but we have more health than you do. I'd rather save the defensive cards we have for something a bit better. Like, say, for instance, we'll just hit you with Fire Blast here. We know that that card is a defensive one. And we're just going to hit you here. With a lot of physical damage. Aha! Take that, Sharp Wit! And victory is ours. Excellent.
3 cheers for your lucrative plundering, after all your aimless blundering. How you rode your luck without getting stuck. Left me and your enemies wondering.
Victory is ours! Marvellous. And now we're going to expand the guild with all this money that we have. We have lots of things we could build, like we could build the curio shop here, and the leather worker. Do you know what? Let's build all of these. They're pretty good to have, after all. We'll put that there, and we'll also build the curio shop here, and put that over here. And hey, if we get all the items, we could pretend to be a snowman. But right now, I think we need the cat burglar again. Cat burglar is pretty good. That's a lot of pretty decent cards. Also the covetous one. Pretty good ability. We'll have the cat burglar.
Up until now, we've all had some fun, and you could say you've come very far. But brace yourself for some woeful cat puns. Now that we have a cat burglar.
Indeed! Now we have a cat burglar, we have all of the basic dungeoneers, and we also have a trophy. Where is this trophy? There it is, an icebox. And we start with the Rat King's tail, and we start with Embro's towel. We don't have any of the other ones here. We have them all in the other save, though. Let's go exploring, shall we?
What's cold and delicious and tastes like a dream? It's the likely fictitious and improbable. Tri-scream? Huh?
This looks like it could be a trickier situation than anticipated. Not only have the Brainiacs been causing chaos, but the ice cream monks are also having troubles with their harvest up in the mountains of Num. They've said they can lend me a hand if I can lend them a hand, so we've added the monks to our ranks, and in return all I have to do is send them off to certain death. Well, not quite certain. Our math magicians tell me it's more like 96%. As a bonus, I had to sneak around their rooms here and found their recipe book. There's pages and pages devoted to the crafting of the mythical trice cream. I always thought it was folklore, but it seems the monks make it in tiny batches and keep it away for their elders. Elders schmelders. I gotta try this stuff. And indeed, we're going to have to. But first, we'll have to, go and, deal with snowmen. There's cold in them thar hills. Indeed, there is much cold. But first, we could send our ice cream monk to go and deal with, all these, threats up in the mountains. There we go. After all, an ice cream monk is surely welcome, right? Why do I get the feeling the ice cream monk is not going to be welcome? Did you find any, ice cream pirates up there? No, we did find a massive brain that's planning to, destroy all ice cream. But no ice cream pirates. No. Well, if you don't mind me, I'm just gonna stay by the fire for a while. You do know that down here, there isn't a problem with, cold. It's in fact a heat wave. Oh. That's probably why I feel like I'm half burning alive, then. Yes, that's probably why you feel that. If you don't mind, I think I might go to the mountains next time. Are you just gonna sort of flit between them, cycling between too cold and too hot? Well, I have been trying to tinker with the thermostat. Do not tinker with the thermostat of the guild. It's at the perfect temperature, even when it's a heat wave. Even when it's a heat wave. Even when it's freezing cold in the mountains. Especially when it's freezing cold in the mountains. Don't touch the thermostat. You've already touched it, haven't you? I've been tinkering with it a little. Oh, now it's going to take us hours to get it back to the exact right point. I'm going to go with you next time. I think you better. You're going to have to find the exact temperature we need again. How am I going to find that in the mountains? I don't know. Use your swashbuckling, piratey, adventure-y stuff. It can be used for many things, me matey, but not for finding the exact temperature on a thermostat. That requires a totally different quest, down into the layers of doom and eternal doom. What's the difference between doom and eternal doom? I'm glad you asked. One of them's temporary and the other's permanent. I don't know what I was expecting from that. Neither was I, really. But I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.